Hello everyone, my name is Austin. How's it going? Today this is going to be part 3 of setting up a mixing board for use with Twitch and YouTube. In part 3 I'm going to show you how to set up your mixing board with your microphone to set all your audio levels. I'm going to explain what all these knobs mean here and how to use them and how to make your audio sound amazing. Now if you see over here on channel 2, this is where my Audio Technica microphone is being used. I don't want to mess with any of these settings because this is how I have my microphone set up, so I have consistent audio across all my content across Twitch and YouTube. But on channel 1 I have my secondary microphone. It's a really old Audio Technica dynamic microphone. Right here, it's an Audio Technica MB2000L or 2000 Lima microphone that I started out with. To be honest, it's not the greatest quality, but it will suit me for showing you how to set it up. So first of all, what you want to do is we're going to start from top of the mixing board down to bottom. Now up here on my mixing board, the Yamaha, I have what they call pad. I can't remember what the acronym means, but when it's turned on, pretty much it cuts out a certain level of audio, and this is meant for when you're using your mixing board with, say, a drum kit microphone. That's meant for recording drums or straight in from a guitar. That's just to make sure that you're not peaking. You're not peaking the microphone when you have high, or you're not peaking this input when you have high output devices like a guitar or a drum kit on it, and that just quiets down the line. For our use case, we want to run a microphone through it, so you want to make sure the pad is turned off, and that's what you want there. To the right of it on the MG10XU is also what they call a high-pass filter, and this filters out a part of the voice when you're using a microphone that isn't really used by voice. And what this does, it just removes unnecessary audio. So you want to make sure that's turned on, so you're going to push it down all the way. So it's going to make sure it's pushed down. Moving down, you have your gain, and I'll show you how to set it up in relation to your microphone in a moment, but this is your gain. When it's turned all the way to the left, or counterclockwise, it's not really allowing any audio in. When it's turned all the way up, it allows the entire audio from that line into the mixing board. So if you see, if I tap the microphone, you can see that I'm peaking over here with this peak light, and that's because it's letting all the audio in. If I turn off that gain and I tap the microphone, you can see there's no audio coming down here. Next is going to be your compressor knob. All the way to the left, counterclockwise again, there's no compression whatsoever. All the way to the right is a lot of compression, and I'll talk about that in a bit. Next will be your high. So this is going to be your equalizers. These green knobs here are your equalizers. You have your high, mid, and low. So when it's directly centered, it's pretty much in its default position. Center is default for these knobs. So when you have your high at 0 dB, that means that's in default. I can turn it all the way to the right, and that's going to let in all the high frequency from your voice. When I have it turned all the way to the left, counterclockwise, it's not letting in any high of your voice. Same thing with mid. So the mid section of your voice, the mid frequencies, all the way up, all the way to the right is all your mid, all the way to the left is no mid. Low will be your bass, so the bassiness in your voice, all the way to the left is no bass, and then all the way to the right is lots of bass. Next you have your FX send. This is the white knob, and if you look, and when I showed you in part 1, up here would be your FX send. When you're using your microphone, you're going to want that to be turned on like this one is here, and that's going to be used for Discord. Right now I have it plugged into my GoPro for audio from my microphone, but when you're running Discord, you want this FX to be on. I normally keep it at around the second line, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to keep it turned off. The red knobs here are pan. Pan pretty much decides what side of the audio is going to be heard. So when it's In the middle, you're going to have left and right sides equally. So it's going to come out of the left ear cup or the left headphone and the right headphone equally. When I turn it all the way to the left, now the audio is going to go only to the left side. And when I turn it all the way to the right, the audio is only going to go to the right side. When it's in the center, you're going to get both. Next is going to be your main level. So this is where you're going to control the volume of the microphone. So if I show you on my other microphone here, if I turn it to the left, you can hear me getting quieter. And if I turn it back to the right, you can hear me getting louder again. That is just setting up the volume for your mic. I normally keep mine at this arrow because that's where Yamaha recommends it to be. And then you set your gain according to that level. So when you're using this mixing board, the Yamaha mixing board, Yamaha recommends having the knob or the audio level straight at this little triangle that you'll see down here. And you're going to want to set your gain accordingly to that to set your audio appropriately. So if I come up here now, first what you're going to want to do on your microphone is first you're going to want to set your gain. So your gain, what you're going to do is you're going to talk into your microphone at a normal audio level, and you're going to watch as this peaking light, this red peak light comes on, and you're going to go from there and come down until your voice no longer peaks it. So if I talk really loudly, you can see it's still peaking. If I talk really quietly, it's not. So you're going to want for this microphone, my gain is going to be around here. Compressor you're going to do last. We don't want to play with that until you're actually listening to the audio input, because the compressor on this mixing board puts in a certain amount of distortion to the audio. So when you're listening through your headphones, you're going to set it to where you don't really hear any much distortion, and you're really going to want to leave it there. You can set it to your liking as you get more experience with your audio setup. This isn't really a thing where you can say, yeah, you definitely want it to be right there, because it's going to be different for each voice, each microphone, each room. So you're just going to you're going to play with it once you're listening to it through your headphones. On my AT2020, I have it in the fourth box from 0, and that's where I find it sounds good for me. But once again, your results may differ. High, mids, and lows, you're also going to listen through your headphones to set yours accordingly. If you find that there's too much bass in your voice, you're going to turn down the low. If you don't think you have enough bass in your voice, you're going to turn it up. Mid, I find, is more useful for cutting out background noise. So if you have lots of fans in your room or there's lots of background noise, I find if you turn down mid just a little bit, and you can see mine's not very far from the center, that's just going to help you cut that out. I don't find much of a use for it in voice per se, but it does help in getting rid of a little bit of background noise. High and low you're going to play with for your voice. That's just the set where you want your voice to sound good, where you feel it sounds good. And yeah, it's all up to personal preference. Pan I don't use per se, but when in one of my old setups, I used to have 2 microphones running, one on the left of me and one on the right. So I'd have the one on the left of me just a little bit to the left, so it's still heard from both headphones, but it's more dominant in the left. And then the one that I had on the right, I would put on the right. But if you're using a single microphone like I do now, just leave it in the center. Your master audio, when you're in OBS, when you're in your recording or your streaming software like OBS, this is where you're going to set your volume. So now that you have your gain and your audio set where you want it, then you can use your volume to make minor adjustments to choose where you want OBS to be. So that's really it for setting up your microphone. One thing I did forget to mention is if you're using a dynamic microphone, a compressor microphone, you want your phantom power to be on. So the AT2020 that I use from Audio-Technica is going to require phantom power. And when you get your microphone, it'll say 48 volts required or something like that in the packaging or in the specifications. That means that phantom power needs to be on. When this red light is on, that means you have phantom power. For a dynamic microphone like this one, it's just like your normal handheld microphone. You don't need phantom power. The microphone does not require any external power, so you don't need to have this on. But when you want to use your microphone, you have to have that on, or otherwise you're not going to get any signal from it, and you're going to be sitting there trying to figure out why you don't get signal, thinking you have a broken mixing board or a broken microphone. But actually, you just need to make sure phantom power is on. Moving on from my microphone, we're going to move down the path here. So when I showed you my setup video, you notice that up here I had two lines or a 1/4-inch cable that I used for music. That is currently in use for something else right now, but normally I have the cable plugged in over here in 7 and 8. So when you're setting your music audio, once again you have your high and low, your FX send and your pan and your audio. You won't have a gain on these channels because there's no need for it. You can control the volume from the device you have plugged in. But for these ones, for music, you can control your highs and your lows. So this will be your bass, your low will be your bass. If you want lots of bass, you can crank it up or turn it down according to how you like it. FX send, make sure that's off if you're using Discord. If you're using Discord, otherwise FX send isn't going to do anything if you don't have anything plugged in. Panning left and right. I know some streamers like to have their audio in the left channel and the game audio in the right channel. I keep mine in the center. I don't really mess with pan in my setup, so I just leave it all in the center. Moving down is going to be your PC audio, and this is important. So your PC audio, it's not going to take anything in these 2 1/4-inch slots up here. And let me rotate the camera a bit so you can see what I'm talking about. So when you're looking in these ports up here, you're not going to have anything plugged in. That's going to be taken in from your USB cable in the back. What's important though is making sure this button is in the proper position. And this is for the Yamaha MG10XU specifically. Other mixing boards that have USB inputs may be a little bit different. But on this mixing board, the down position is for the USB input. If it's in the up position, that means it's in the line input. So if you have a cable plugged in here, you can run it off of the line input and it will take the audio from this port. Instead, if you're running USB audio from your computer, which you should be for this specific setup, you want it to be in the down position so you can get your PC audio. Moving to the right over more, this is what they call the master section, and the master section is also important for the setup. So up here you're going to see your monitor and phones. This is going to be the audio level of your headphones. So when you have this button in the up position, you will have your headphones plugged in, and this will control the audio of your headphones specifically. So if you want your headphones to be louder or quieter, this is going to be your headphone audio. It will not affect the rest of your sound quality going into the computer. Down here, this red knob is your master knob. And this is going to control the audio of the entire mixing board. So all of these mixed together is controlled by this audio here. So you see, if I turn this down over here, you can see that I get quieter. And if I turn it back up, you can see that I get louder again. And that is going to control the entire mixing board. So when you find the ratio that you like on your mixing board, you can turn everything down and maintain the same ratios with this knob. One thing I noticed is in the current Yamaha drivers is that the master knob doesn't actually control the audio going into the computer itself through the USB cord. But if you are running a speaker, you can control the entire mixing board audio with this knob. Otherwise, when you're recording into OBS, the knob can be turned all the way down and you won't see it. But I like having it turned up so I can see this audio gauge here. Down here is going to be your FX return. So On this mixing board, you have what they call a digital effect processor, and what that does is it allows you to pretty much add voice effects. Like, I don't know if you'll hear it properly, but if I turn effects on and I turn it up, you should be able to hear a deep voice. So what this does is it allows you to control any effects that you have layered on. I keep it on radio voice because I like to have a tinny audio for some segments, but what this does is it controls the level of the effect. So if it's all the way down to 0 to the left, you're not going to have any effect, and if you turn it up all the way, it's going to put in the entire effect. So you can choose how much of the effect you want layered onto it. I keep it off because I don't really use it, because my FX send is being used for other things. So these white knobs, if you aren't running Discord and you want your stream to be able to hear any effects, you will have to make sure these knobs are on for the lines that you want the effect to be layered onto. If you don't have the knob on when you have the effects processor on, you're not going to hear anything. You're not going to hear the effect anyway. So the way I have it set up for Discord does take away this functionality of the mixing board, but it's not really something I use anyway. But if you use it for your setup, you'll have to find something else for Discord, or find a different way of running audio into Discord.